about 4 or 5 years ago, I made this decision, crazy decision, that I wanted to take Pilates classes. I was taking twice a week on equipment. It was called a reformer. And I'll go into a little bit more in a little bit about what the equipment is. But I wanted to take more than twice a week, and it was kind of expensive. So I decided, I'm gonna take a mat class and learn all the mat exercises. And I can do them at home and supplement. Well, long story short, I kind of went down the rabbit hole and just totally loved teaching Pilates, because what I didn't realize when I took this mat course is that I had to do student teaching. It wasn't just learning the exercises. I had to student teach, I had to observe, I had projects to do, and it really tapped into this deep-seated love of teaching. As Coco mentioned before, our previous career was playing flute professionally, and I did that for about 25 years, both as an orchestral musician and teaching privately. So I loved the teaching, I loved the activity, the movement. I love Pilates anyway. I love the breathing. All of this just tapped into a lot of things that I really loved. So at that time, I started teaching clients. In fact, the first clients I got, we were talking a little bit about social media, was through Facebook. And I put a challenge out there. I needed 5 people to teach 5 lessons to, because I needed 25 hours of student teaching. So I called it my 5 and 5 challenge. And I ended up getting 1 or 2 people, and one of them actually stayed with me for like the last 5 years until I closed my studio recently. So we'll get to that. So I started student teaching. I really loved just the whole feeling of teaching, and I ended up going and taking the rest of the courses, which was getting certified on all of the Pilates equipment, and of course started building up even more clients. So my day consisted of working in the morning, teaching somebody, say before work, dressed like this, maybe a little less casual than, more casual than this, and then putting my suit on and running off to meet my financial services clients. It was at the time I was working for a firm where we did the retirement plan for the Diocese of Phoenix. So I was really going to all of the churches, the schools, Catholic cemeteries. I drove past St. Francis Cemetery on the way here today. All of those places, meeting with people, helping them plan for their future. And then I would run to another studio, meet another Pilates client, put my Lululemons back on, and teach them for an hour. And then I put my suit back on and go run out to another school or another place. So this was going on for about 1.5 years. And my husband, God bless him, said, you are burning the candle at both ends. You need to make a decision. And I know what it should be. I see what you love more. Now, I had been doing financial services for 18 years, plus at that point, in a lot of different capacities. But mostly as financial advisor, investments, insurance, and things like that, and just doing plans for people. And I know some of you I've worked with too. So, long story short, I made a decision to start phasing out, figuring out my exit plan from financial services. In the meantime, I was working at a Pilates studio, I was renting space, and I was very unhappy with the situation for a lot of reasons, and I won't go into all of them, but I started developing my own vision of how I would want my studio to look and how I'd want my business to look. If I was going to really take the leap and retire after all this time from doing, successful job with financial services, I wanted to be successful with my studio as well. So I put together a business plan. I started looking at different properties to rent. I was looking for locations. Parking was really hard to find any place that had unlimited parking. So, because I knew I was gonna be offering classes and not just individual lessons with people. So I ended up identifying